Okay, Roland. So my question for you today is what's like to be part of a startup? What's like to have an idea and then turn it into reality? How do you feel about that?
Wow, it's a very good question. And to be honest with you, as I'm going through this stage where I'm at right now about developing a startup, and obviously not just developing a space, but it's like you're growing a children basically. So it's every month and year has a different way how you're dealing with it. But going back to your questions, how you living your life when you have a startup company, yeah, it could be quite challenging, and definitely not for everyone. It's for sure. Because you're doing something in a very long-term period without seeing any sort of significant results in the first place, and not even knowing when the results are going to come, but you believe the results will be there, and you need to obviously put 110% or 120% every single day, as much as you can, to make sure the results will come at some day. And yeah, currently what I'm working on this startup is the third one in my life. I mean, I had two before, and the first one is grown quite over the startup, so it became a proper company. And after the second one, obviously, was a quite small initiative, more like producing and selling vitamins, which was quite interesting and very exciting time. And this is the third one. But definitely, yeah, my short takeaway here is not for everyone, because when you are running a startup company, you have changing your heads within minutes. Let's say you are now is in marketing. 10 minutes ago, you were selling a product, so then liaising with a partner. 10 minutes ago, you were delivering a coaching sessions for a client or talking about the partner. So it's literally you are switching between accountant and marketing and social media manager between within seconds. So yeah, it's very exciting. What's your opinion, by the way? What's your experience on this?
I do share your thoughts. I think it's absolutely amazing, and it can be very hard. Most of the time, it's very hard. Why I'm saying it's amazing, it's absolutely the feeling that you get from being all these people. I know quite a lot of people that are doing startups are saying, and I'm saying the same thing. It's like, and as you just commented, it's like one day you're an accountant, the next day you're a social media expert, then you are working on the business, then you are, I don't know, managing people, and then you are sorting out, I don't know, some other stuff. It is like so many different things that involves, and I love the learning and the whole learning curve, and I love the fact that it is not a smooth journey, because if it was a smooth journey, we wouldn't be able to learn, we wouldn't be able to grow, we wouldn't be able to become what we're destined to become. And it is that feeling of satisfaction when you have done something that you have never done in your life. You have achieved something. It can be something very small, but the joy in the heart is undescribable. And I can give you a very a very fresh example is when I learned how to do the website, even though it's using a website builder, and obviously with all these plugins and all these systems and a little bit of coding, and I'm like, I've never ever imagined in my life that I'll be able to do that. I have no education on that. I haven't. It is like a self-taught, and it's amazing when something works. I remember I was like staying in front of the computer and doing like that. Please, 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 I hope this works, because if it doesn't work, I might delete the whole website. Well, thanks God, always people do a backup. I can tell you, do a backup. So what do you think about the learning curve? How do you see the whole process?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the biggest takeaway from me here is you always need to just focus on the next step, and you know where you're heading to. Let's say you're making 3 months quarterly. For me, quarterly works really well. A set for a target for, let's say, 2 or 3 different angles, not just one, but 2 different aspects or angles. And after that, you just literally focus on the next one and the next one, and not dividing your attention, because, as you said as well earlier, due to the nature of the startup, you are running spinning parallel multiple plates, and maybe it could be 20 different plates running parallel in front of you, and you feel that how the time passes, getting more plates in your table, but not getting away any more plates away from you, just getting more and more here. And this naturally, obviously, occurs you creating the learning with it. And to be honest with you, it could be quite challenging, especially when you need the knowledge right now in a certain level, and you are, let's say, level 10, and you are level 1. And you need to actually catch up within hours and squash your brain down, let's say, a crash course for 9 hours to learn something which you would like to adapt for half an hour. And just for the sake of the half an hour, you need to learn a lot more information to know what to do and how to do things. Obviously, you can always choose the path to do amateurishly. You will do anyway, anyhow. But yeah, this is very exciting. But at the same time, yeah, it could be, you need to make sure how you leveraging your time and what's the most important factor you're focusing on. For me, this is definitely a key takeaway part. Otherwise, you would feel yourself losing without achieving what you want in the first place.
Yeah, I think for me, the key takeaway from working on a startup is make sure you have a long-term sustainable strategy. I can say that. So important. The strategy, looking in the future. Yes, you're saying it could be really difficult in the short term. There might not be the results that you want, but you know that the efforts, the work that you put in is going to bring the long-term sustainable results. We're talking here about doing something we love and changing, making basically a difference for other people and changing their perception of of career coaching and making sure that there is that personal touch and stuff. So long-term strategy, a lot of effort, but at the same time, another takeaway is making sure you break down into smaller steps, because thinking about the long-term strategy, it can absolutely freak you out. It can oh my goodness, it's like, am I dreaming too big? Is this realistic? Am I being insane? Probably I'm insane already. But when we break it down, I find really good, okay, so I have this small action I need to do today. So I ask myself, what is that thing I must do today to move me closer to my goal? And this helps so much.
Yeah, to be honest with you, for me, it was definitely, especially if you're running multiple stuff parallel on your plates, and this, you just don't have a choice to take anything down, because everything is closely part of your life, financial life, or generally your life. I think one of the major parts for me is to decide why you started in the first place. So what are your reasons, and make sure you stick to that reasons. So not today because I'm making more money. Tomorrow, no, because I want to build an empire. Maybe tomorrow, no, because I want to grow internationally. Or no, because I want to achieve, let's say, 1 million in sales. No, you need to make sure those reasons are your reasons coming from here, and you know why you started in the first place, as those reasons obviously align with your core value, and just stick to it like a stigma, and just carry on and just move it like one by one.
Yeah, just to finish, what you just said triggered another thought in my mind. I read something in one book. I can't remember the exact book title at the moment, but basically it was why people want money is and then are the money going into the right hands? And it was saying you need to believe so much in yourself and in your product and in what you do, because you know that this product, service, or what you give, the value you give to people is going to make a difference. The money needs to go into the right hands so you can make the difference that you want, the difference to the world. Because every single even the smallest gesture of kindness or anything else can make a huge difference to one person's world, and that can completely change everything. And this is the most rewarding part of being of trying to develop an idea, because you know that this is bigger than you, it is bigger than everything else, and the impact that we plan to have and hopefully we'll have, and it's absolutely an amazing feeling.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thanks for nice chat again. Hopefully catch up soon again.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Roland.
Thank you.